Ukraine's Bradleys and FPV drones shatter Russian armor, inflicting $10 million losses. Today, the battlefield shifted in a way that condensed years of military theory into a few brutal hours. Within a short span of fighting, Ukrainian forces dismantled Russian armored vehicles, artillery crews, and infantry formations through a carefully coordinated combination of Bradley infantry fighting vehicles and low-cost FPV drones. What set this sequence apart was not only the scale of destruction, but how rapidly long-held assumptions collapsed. Modern armor failed when isolated, infantry found no safe refuge once exposed, and artillery positions disappeared within minutes. Russian losses from this engagement were later assessed at approximately $10 million, and the footage underscored how quickly old assumptions can fail, and what now determines survival and defeat. To understand how this unfolded, the story begins at the moment of first contact. At 9:40 a.m., a Ukrainian Bradley infantry fighting vehicle held a concealed position behind a low rise overlooking an open stretch of road bordered by shell-scarred fields and broken tree lines. The crew had already mapped likely Russian movement routes, using live drone feeds shared across the tactical network. When a Russian armored personnel carrier emerged from cover at speed, carrying more than a dozen troops, the Bradley's gunner engaged immediately. The 25mm Bushmaster cannon fired controlled bursts, striking the carrier's side armor at close range. The vehicle's protection was designed to resist fragments and small arms fire, not sustained cannon impacts at that distance. Within seconds, the carrier slowed, veered offline, and came to a stop. Russian troops inside reacted instantly, forcing open hatches and dismounting onto both sides of the road. They moved towards shallow depressions, broken fences, and thin vegetation, aware that the disabled vehicle could no longer shield them. The Bradley maintained continuous suppressive fire, not to destroy the wreck outright, but to deny movement. Each burst landed close enough to freeze the soldiers in place, preventing regrouping or a coordinated withdrawal. This contact marked the transition to the next phase of the engagement. Ukrainian FPV drone teams, already airborne and waiting behind a nearby tree line, received confirmation that the infantry had dismounted. The drones descended to just above ground level, minimizing their profile and reducing the chance of early detection. Heat signatures and dust kicked up by movement made tracking straightforward. The first FPV struck a group attempting to shelter near a dirt ridge. The blast forced survivors to scatter, but the sudden movement only exposed them further. A second drone followed the new path and detonated near another cluster of troops. At the same time, the disabled carrier began to burn as ammunition inside heated from the earlier cannon fire. Flames spread through the hull, turning the vehicle into a visible marker in the field. The sequence illustrated a clear tactical pattern: cannon fire to immobilize the vehicle, drones to eliminate those forced into the open. The loss of the carrier and its embarked troops represented a notable portion of the approximately $10 million in Russian losses assessed from the overall engagement. On the far side of the road, several soldiers attempted to crawl toward a shallow ditch, hoping the terrain would shield them. The Bradley advanced slightly to maintain a direct angle, denying the ditch effective cover. FPV operators tracked movement by watching shifting shadows and disturbed soil, guiding drones through narrow gaps between fence posts and debris. Explosions threw dirt across the field, closing off every remaining route of escape. With no visible supporting armor and no observable electronic countermeasures active in the area, the Russian unit could not stabilize the situation or call in effective support before being overwhelmed. Smoke rising from the burning carrier signaled to Ukrainian forces that the first defensive layer had collapsed. Russian armored doctrine emphasizes speed, using carriers to deliver infantry rapidly under protective cover. In this encounter, that protection failed almost immediately. The engagement underscored how lightly armored vehicles become vulnerable when facing rapid-fire cannons, combined with drones that pursue dismounted troops without pause. Soon after, the focus shifted to a heavier threat. A Russian T-90M main battle tank moved toward a damaged building identified by Ukrainian forces as a drone control point. The tank crew's task was to destroy the structure before operators could relocate. The tank fired a high explosive round, collapsing the front wall and filling the interior with dust and debris. Ukrainian drone operators inside withdrew at once, abandoning the site. The tank advanced briefly to confirm the position could no longer support operations, scanning nearby windows and doorways for movement. With the immediate objective complete, the crew began reversing toward its original route to avoid prolonged exposure. The withdrawal path crossed uneven ground churned by earlier shelling, slowing the tank enough for Ukrainian observers to maintain visual tracking. A Bradley positioned behind a low ridge remained silent during the strike, waiting for the tank to fully clear the tree line and enter open ground. When the T-90M emerged from the last cluster of trees, the Bradley moved forward to secure a clear line of sight. The gunner fired the first burst, striking external fittings and sensor housings along the upper frontal area. Sparks appeared as rounds damaged exposed equipment. The tank attempted to rotate its turret toward the new threat, but the movement was uneven, appearing to disrupt turret function and external systems, even without clear evidence of primary armor penetration. A second burst followed, further degrading optical and situational awareness components. Smoke began to rise as cables and surface panels overheated and ignited. The T-90M attempted to reverse down the slope behind it, but the loss of sensors and mounting damage limited its ability to maneuver effectively. Another burst struck the same forward area, and flames spread across the front deck, likely fed by damaged external components and exposed stowage. The tank came to a halt as the fire intensified. A hatch opened as the crew attempted to vent smoke and prepare to abandon the vehicle, but the growing blaze made continued operation impossible. The T-90M was rendered a total loss without successfully engaging the Bradley. Ukrainian infantry advanced cautiously behind the Bradley to secure the area, scanning for any Russian troops that might have followed the tank. No recovery or reinforcement forces appeared. The tank burned where it stood, adding another high-value loss to the Russian side. By 11:05 AM, Russian forces attempted to reassert pressure through indirect fire. An artillery crew began firing toward Ukrainian trenches from a dug-in position overlooking open ground. The sustained rate of fire forced Ukrainian troops to remain under cover as explosions walked across the terrain. Observers launched a small UAV and followed the tree line until it hovered above the firing pit. The operator observed the crew reloading. Moments later, the UAV released a munition directly onto the storage area. The initial explosion tore through the crates, triggering secondary detonations as shells ignited. The artillery crew abandoned the pit as flames engulfed the gun mount. The position collapsed into a burning crater, eliminating another key asset, and further contributing to the estimated $10 million in Russian losses. Once the firing ceased and secondary explosions subsided, Ukrainian infantry advanced cautiously, aware that unexploded ordnance remained a danger. A Bradley moved along the left side of the field to provide cover as troops recovered wounded soldiers trapped behind an embankment. The vehicle fired short bursts toward likely retreat paths to prevent any Russian return. Its armor allowed it to cross ground still scorched by earlier blasts. Ukrainian soldiers carried 2 wounded fighters aboard, while the Bradley maintained suppressive coverage. The vehicle then repositioned slightly to shield the rescue team, scanning the surrounding terrain for any sign of renewed contact. Once the wounded were secured, the Bradley advanced again to extract another group sheltering in a shallow ditch. Medical treatment began immediately as the vehicle withdrew behind a line of broken trees. By early afternoon, the next phase began. An assault group composed of Azov fighters and European volunteers assembled at a staging point. Weapons were checked, protective gear adjusted, and identification markings applied to reduce the risk of friendly fire. Medical kits were reviewed, and commanders emphasized constant movement to avoid artillery correction and FPV drone strikes. Drones confirmed a temporary gap in Russian observation, and the unit dismounted near a cluster of trees, providing initial cover. As the group advanced in a dispersed formation, UAV feeds showed Russian movement ahead. The commander shifted elements to block potential escape routes. 2 Russian soldiers fled toward a dirt mound and reached the entrance of an old bunker. A grenade forced them back into the open, where advancing Ukrainian fire denied further withdrawal. The unit cleared trench sections methodically, securing the area before pulling back to avoid the arrival of hostile drones. The final encounters highlighted the changing character of the battlefield. Several Russian soldiers attempted to shelter beneath an abandoned tank, believing the heavy hull would shield them from attack. FPV drones detected movement through disturbed soil and shifting shadows. One drone slipped beneath the hull and detonated. Another followed moments later. Attempts to block the drones with debris failed. One soldier ran for a trench but was struck before reaching cover. The last attempted to climb onto the hull, but his movement exposed him. A final FPV detonated, ending all movement beneath the wreck. Only after drone teams confirmed the area was clear did Ukrainian infantry advance, checking for traps and collecting equipment that could reveal enemy routes. Prisoners who had surrendered earlier in the sector were escorted to shelter to reduce the risk of drone strikes. With the zone secured, Ukrainian units withdrew along covered routes, while drones continued scanning the sky. The full picture revealed a battlefield transformed. Speed, precision, and timing outweighed mass and armor. Russian carriers were stopped in seconds. A modern T-90M could not survive a well-timed Bradley ambush, and artillery positions collapsed under single guided strikes. Russian losses from vehicles, artillery, and personnel totaled approximately $10 million, while Ukrainian forces retained control of the ground. As the smoke cleared, one question remained. In a war increasingly shaped by cheap drones and coordinated tactics, will victory favor the side that fields more equipment, or the side that integrates technology, ground forces, and timing most effectively? Share your thoughts below.